What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I talked to my source at Top Rank once again that stated that legendary promoter, Top Rank CEO Bob Arum had instructed Todd DeBuff, his son-in-law, to negotiate and had a conversation with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn of The Zone. They confirmed for a showdown between Brian Norman versus Boots later on in the year, in the fall time. And the one demand, according to what I was told, is that Jaron Boots Ennis wants the unification bout to be in Philly. They want to take it back to Philly again. I have no issue with that. According to what I was told, Brian Norman has no issue going to Philly either. They just want the pot to be correct. The only issue that I have with it is that Jaron Ennis cannot be a local superstar. You have to venture out. So your last 4 fights going to be in your hometown of Philadelphia? You got to spread your wings and fly. David Avanesian in Philly. Karen Chugajan, Philly. Amanda Stadionis, Atlantic City. That's pretty much Philadelphia, right? It's about an hour away. So now you want the Brian Norman fight, the unification bout. Philly. Needs to be in Vegas. Needs to be in New York. New York is close to Philly, so it needs to be in Vegas. That way, both parties can become a bigger entity. I know what Matchroom point is that the newly crowned unified WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine welterweight champion superstar is a sure thing in Philly, right? So putting them on in Philly is a sure thing that they can get a return on their investment. Right? Brian Norman is being a road warrior, right? From what I'm told, as I told you guys yesterday, Brian Norman versus Jin Sasaki will be in Japan in June. Then he's willing to go to Philadelphia because he's willing to, quote unquote, steal the fan bases from all these different places. That's the right mentality. That's the right idea. Jaron Ennis can't be a local superstar. You got to be a global superstar. In order to do that, you got to venture out. Again, Brian Norman don't care about making a fight in Philadelphia. That's great news. He could care less. So that's great news, right? That means we get the fight. But even bigger news is that they had conversations. They had and having conversations to stage a showdown. So with that said, this is great news. So I expect Brian Norman to beat Jin Sasaki in his next fight in June. He's gonna guarantee more than $1 million according to Brian Norman Sr. And then the Jaron Ennis unification. Jaron Ennis is going to relax, kick back, and enjoy his time until the Brian Norman fight. Brian Norman's going to stay active. This would be Brian Norman's third fight, the Jaron Ennis fight, in this year. And from what I'm being told, they're looking at October time, right, for Brian Norman versus Jaron Boots Ennis. That's what I'm being told from spokespersons at Top Rank. That Eddie Hearn did have a conversation. They want to make the fight, and that's great news. And they're looking at the fall. So hopefully it comes to fruition. Hopefully it comes to fruition. Obviously, Brian Norman, he's staying very active. He just fought March 29th. Now he's going to fight in June and then in October. That boy's staying ready. And it's the unification, 3 belts on the line. So let's see how this unfolds. That gives Mario Barrios a chance to sort out whatever he got going on, and then we could get a welterweight undisputed champion in 2026. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. I'm just updating y'all what I've been told by top-ranked sources, higher ups at Top Rank. They had conversations and they're looking to make the fight in October. Both parties have agreed. Well, at least Eddie Hearn is on board. Top Rank is on board. Brian Norman's on board. And they're saying that Boots just wants to demand the fight to be in Philadelphia. And Brian Norman, his team don't care. They willing to do it. They're going to have to get the bag right. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.